If you are over 60, this message is for you. Stay with me, and you will live with wisdom that can transform your life.
What if I told you that the greatest danger in old age is not illness, not poverty, not even loneliness? What if the true danger is something far more subtle, losing the love and respect of those around us? Imagine reaching your golden years, but instead of being surrounded by warmth and admiration, you feel invisible, unappreciated, or even avoided. That thought is uncomfortable, isn't it? And yet, for many elders, this becomes a reality. But it doesn't have to be. Today, I want to share with you the Buddhist perspective on what we must avoid in old age if we wish to remain loved, respected, and truly at peace. This is not about fear, but about freedom. It's about ensuring that the years you still have ahead are filled with dignity, joy, and meaningful connections. So if you are over 60, this message is for you. Stay with me, and you will leave with wisdom that can transform not just your days, but the way others see and cherish you. Now, let us walk together through this path. First, let me say this clearly. Age is not a punishment. In Buddhism, aging is a natural part of the cycle of life, and it carries great beauty. Wrinkles, slower steps, gray hair, these are signs of a life lived. They are not marks of weakness, but of experience. Yet, how we are perceived in old age is shaped not only by our years, but by our actions, our attitudes, and the energy we give to the world. So, what should we avoid to remain loved and respected in old age? The first is bitterness. Many elders fall into the trap of constantly complaining about how life used to be better, or how younger generations do not understand. Complaints can become like smoke in a room. They suffocate the joy around us. In Buddhism, there is a teaching. Clinging to the past creates suffering. When we compare the present to the good old days, we unconsciously push away those who are here with us now. Respect is born from presence, not from comparison. Instead of bitterness, practice gratitude. Speak of your blessings, of the beauty you still witness, of the lessons life has taught you. Gratitude softens the heart, both yours and those around you. Imagine a grandfather who always tells stories of joy, kindness, and hope. Children and grandchildren want to be near him because his presence uplifts them. You can choose to be that source of light. The second thing to avoid is stubborn pride. As we age, it is tempting to believe we know everything, that our way is always right. But pride builds walls. The younger ones may begin to feel judged or silenced in our presence. The Buddha often reminded his followers, humility is strength. When we remain open to learning, even in our 80s or 90s, we show others that wisdom is not rigid, but flowing. Think about it this way. A dry branch snaps easily, but a green one bends with the wind. If you want to remain respected, show flexibility. Ask questions instead of giving orders. Be curious about the world your children or grandchildren live in. You may not agree with everything, but the openness itself is a form of love. The third danger to avoid in old age is isolation by choice. Some elders, feeling unappreciated, retreat into silence or distance. But solitude, when chosen out of hurt, becomes poison. In Buddhism, community, what we call Sangha, is essential. Human beings need connection at every stage of life. Do not cut yourself off. Even if your body is weaker, your smile, your words, your gentle presence can still be a treasure for others. And let me tell you something very practical. Financial worries often push elders to withdraw. They feel embarrassed if they cannot give gifts or contribute as they once did. But in Buddhism, generosity is not measured by money, but by spirit. Sharing your time, your listening ear, your blessings, that is priceless. Do not let shame about finances push you into isolation. Instead, offer what cannot be bought, your heart. The fourth thing to avoid is clinging to anger. Resentments from decades ago, can harden into stones we carry into old age. But stones only weigh us down. When you forgive, you are not excusing the past, you are freeing yourself. Anger scares people away. Forgiveness draws them near. And when your children, your friends, or your neighbors see you as someone who carries peace, they will naturally want to remain close. Now let us go deeper. In Buddhism, the essence of respect is rooted in compassion. Respect is not demanded. It is earned by the way we live. If, in your old age, you embody compassion, people will admire you without needing to be told. Compassion can be as simple as asking someone, "How are you today?" and truly listening. Let me share a small story. There was once an elder monk in a monastery, over 90 years old. His body was weak, his hands shook, and he could no longer do heavy work. But every morning, he would sit by the gate and greet the younger monks with a smile, asking each one about their practice. He offered no money, no labor, no power, only kindness. When he passed away, the entire monastery wept. Why? Because he remained loved and respected, not by force, but by gentle compassion. Ask yourself, how can I be that presence in my family, in my community? Another important thing to avoid is fear of death. Many elders live their final years in silent terror of what is to come. But this fear makes them restless, anxious, and sometimes harsh with those around them. Buddhism teaches us that death is not the end, it is simply another doorway. When you make peace with impermanence, you bring peace to those around you as well. And when your children see that you face life with serenity, their respect for you deepens. Let me give you a practical exercise. Each day, when you wake up, place your hand on your heart and say, "I am alive today. I will use this day to give love, to receive love, and to walk with peace." This small act reminds you that aging is not decay, it is opportunity. Now, I want to touch on something that may surprise you. Avoid speaking too much about your illnesses. It is natural that the body suffers more with age, but when every conversation revolves around pain, you unintentionally push people away. Instead, speak of healing, of resilience, of what you are still able to do. Share stories that inspire rather than stories that drain. Finally, avoid neglecting your inner growth. Old age is not the end of learning. It is the ripest time for spiritual awakening. The Buddha reached enlightenment not in his youth, but after years of searching and reflection. So your 60s, 70s, 80s, even 90s can be the most sacred years of your life. Do not waste them only watching television or worrying about the past. Use them to cultivate wisdom, kindness, and peace. So let me summarize this path for you. Avoid bitterness, choose gratitude. Avoid pride, choose humility. Avoid isolation, choose connection. Avoid anger, choose forgiveness. Avoid fear of death, choose acceptance. Avoid endless talk of illness, choose inspiring words. Avoid spiritual neglect, choose growth. If you live this way, you will not need to chase respect or love. It will flow to you naturally, like rivers flowing to the sea. And now, I invite you to take this teaching into your life. Reflect on it, share it with someone you care about, and allow it to guide your days. If you found these words meaningful, I encourage you to support this community of wisdom. You can do so simply by liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and sharing it with others who may benefit. Together, we can create a circle of compassion where no elder feels forgotten and every elder is honored. Remember, your age is not a burden, it is your crown. Wear it with peace, with love, and with dignity. I bow to you with respect for the journey you have walked and for the light you still carry.